Reality recap.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I know you have the reunion. Yes, we have 2 more episodes. And then we have the reunion, of course.
I look like a slut. I look like a mom. She was like, you the one that look like you got a high body count hair. I fell the fuck out, y'all.
Candace, has Deborah reached out to you to apologize after the episode aired showing Chris did not flirt with her?
She wouldn't dare. She would get eaten for breakfast.
Oh boy.
No, she's doubling down.
Why would you go meet with Ray J without talking to Princess or letting her know why? Like, she's trying to justify that she told her after the fact and not supposed to make it.
What do you think of your ex-husband Jim coming out and saying you did not try to stop him from suing Shannon and Tamara?
That's a good question. Well, I mean, if his memory is a little foggy about what transpired back then, that's okay. However, he did admit that I had nothing to do with the...
Reality recap. Reality recap.
Can y'all hear me? Let me put my comments on. Sorry, guys. It's your girl V with Reality Recap. Experienced a quick power outage on the block, so I lost connection, but it looks like my stream is still connected. But thank you. Let's talk about it. Let's make sure everything is straight. I'm gonna put my comments on. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Let me check that I'm on. Sorry, not sure what happened, but a little power outage. Okay, it looks like Facebook is working. YouTube, maybe not Instagram. I'll try to get them back while I'm talking to you guys. But yes, it's your girl V with Reality Recap here for another live tea talk, recapping all the latest reality TV show episodes: Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Potomac, uh, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season finale, Love and Hip Hop Miami. We talking about all the things, honey. So first up, let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac because their reunion seating chart just dropped. I let you guys know that Andy put up his famous I'm getting ready to tape a reunion, so I need y'all to send me questions. He did put that up. So with that said, the Grand Dame is going to be at the reunion. So season 10, Real Housewives of Potomac reunion seating chart dropped. Here it is. I posted it on my pages. Make sure you engage with the post, like, share, and comment. But the Grand Dame, it was done in a video fashion where it was saying like, okay, here's the seating chart. And then it moved and it said later and Karen popped up. So I just screenshotted the actual seating chart as it is. So it seems like based on how the reel came out from Bravo that Karen may not be at the beginning of the reunion, but she will probably have a full episode, if not more than one. So she will be at the reunion. We know that we are going to see a sit down with Andy and Karen one-on-one in this season before it ends, and she will be on her throne as the Grand Dame at the Real Housewives of Potomac season 10 reunion. But you guys tell me, what do you think in the comments? What do you think of this chart? I can't see my comments right now. I don't know why, if you are making any, but let me know in the comments of the post. I'll go to my Facebook and see if I can see some of your comments on there. But do you think that everyone else is where they should be on this chart? Like, Grand Dame, of course, expected. When she comes on the stage, she's going to be up front. She has so much to answer to from the previous season. But we have Wendy at the front seat, rightfully so, right? This reunion is being taped as we speak, guys. Andy is doing this now. So Wendy, first seat, a lot for her to speak on what's going on with her and her insurance fraud cases. I'm pretty sure she's going to say things like, I can't really discuss too much. It's an open legal case, but it's like, girl, you're going to have to speak to the not knowing the PIN numbers on your different cards. You're going to have to talk to all the elaborate renovations to your home. It was just like, I really feel like the producers went back and either found every single time she spoke about money, or like they knew something. It's just so crazy how every episode it kind of gets into something that doing with her financials. So I definitely think, first seat warranted for Wendy. We have Giselle, Messy Giselle. I don't really know if Giselle needed to be that close up. I mean, she's a pot stir, she's messy, but with all the controversy that's surrounding Angel, I think she should have been up a little bit further. I know she's a newbie, and that's not really common for a newbie to have a first, second, third seat. But she could have been up before Kiana, if you ask me. Or switched with Monique, so she's like sitting closer up, because Monique really don't have anything going on. I mean, she has her businesses, which that's what Monique always does. Monique always going to push a business on this show. That's always going to be her agenda, which is nothing wrong with, the ladies getting their coins, but that can be your only motivation. And sometimes that feels like with Monique, her only motivation to come back to reality TV is, she's pushing her oils and now this book. And I just don't believe she wrote all those love letters to herself in the course of her marriage. She wrote them after the fact. Like, these aren't, how she said in the latest episode that she's, had these letters, or she started such a long time ago writing love letters to herself. I don't believe that. I believe this is a love letter to shading her ex-husband and telling what was really going on without doing a tell-all. That's what I think of the book. I'll be honest. She would have been better off pushing binders, like Giselle said. But yeah, we have Wendy, Giselle. Tia could have been at the bottom. Like, Tia and Angel could have switched, in my opinion. Unless something's going to happen with Tia that's groundbreaking. I don't know. I just felt like with Tia, I wanted her to get out them people home crying and taking pictures and making phone calls and stuff and telling them that she going to drop by anytime she feel like it. Like, I know she used to live there with her father, and condolences to her for losing her father. But seriously, would y'all let the cameras come in your house and somebody crying and snapping pictures and recreating pictures and stuff? And like, would y'all do that? I'm going to be honest. I definitely wouldn't. Not, especially not with cameras on top of that. I don't know. The whole time I was screaming at the TV girl, get out these people home. But yeah, I just feel like Angel should have been up. I think I've expressed that enough now. But Karen on the other side, Stacey, Ashley. I'm okay with Ashley seating. Kiana, I mean, what are we going to talk to her about other than the fact that I think she's settling for Greg? I actually went ahead and submitted a question when Andy asked, when he asked for questions. So maybe we'll hear my question on the reunion. That would be incredible. But I had the question of what's going on with Stacey. Like, I'm not trying to be stereotypical, to be honest. I genuinely want to know with Stacey, What's her relationship like with her father? She doesn't speak on her father at all. We know she's really close with her mom, but I just can't help but connect her behaviors with Greg to like, is she missing the five figure? Because with Kiana, it just always strikes me as even, when he went to a jewelry store and got a box and then gave her a Bloomingdale's picture frame when she already knew he was at the jewelry store shopping for rings with her mom. You think they didn't tell her that? Really? They coached him, and you go in the store looking at rings, you give a woman a box that's from a jewelry store and it's a picture frame in it. Cute gesture to give the picture frame, by the way, but to set it up in that manner when she was thinking you would probably propose or give some type of jewelry. Hell, I thought a necklace was going to be in that thing. Anything but a picture frame, I would have thought. And y'all know I had to go on the internet and find the picture from Bloomingdale's because, honey, what? I'm sorry, what? You really did that? And I just couldn't believe that a jewelry store sold picture frames. So I had to go look it up and I found it on Bloomingdale's for like $130. Again, nice picture frame, just not in that manner. It was cute that he gave it and said, "Oh, we're going to put our first picture in the home together." Cool. But to give it in that manner in a jewelry box, it was insane to me. But she always brushes things off that Greg says or does or doesn't want and make like their views align. And that's just not the case. We know that Kiana wants to be married. She wants to have children, the whole shebang. Greg already got children. He's just keeping her around by buying her stuff. That's how they got back together, a trip to Jamaica. After all of that she went through and him not wanting to film, all it took was a trip to Jamaica, poof, and they were back together. I mean, now I'm not saying don't take the trip, but that don't means all of a sudden we're back together. And even when he did that, she's like, "We're good. It's not the end all be all." Yes, it is. And if that's what you want, that's okay. Find somebody that's going to give that to you. Kiana is a gorgeous woman. She's a boss. She has a great business that's thriving. I said it was in DC and the people ate me up on Threads, but yes, it's in a prime location in Baltimore. I said I'm a Jersey girl, so tomato to me. DC, Baltimore, I don't be going down to none of them. I'm not a road trip person. But yeah, I just feel like what is going on with that relationship? So I did ask that question. Let's see if Andy actually uses it. And Angel is making her rounds of podcast episodes. I seen her on Up with Angela Yee that aired today. She's really shady, witty. Wish she would have brought that to the season. She has a lot to say about Giselle. She even called Wendy in a recent podcast episode when she was on Virtual Reality on Page 6 podcast yesterday. She called Wendy a fake elitist. She called Giselle messy. She called Ashley desperate. So I just wish she would have had this same shade and energy on on the show instead of now. She's making like she watched the episodes and now watching the episode she realized they not her friends and they were shading her. Girl, what you need to watch the episode for? You were there. You saw that they was playing in your face, but it wasn't that deep that you couldn't just address it like, girl, we know you didn't get evicted. How do you get evicted from a Airbnb any damn way? Like, let's just call it what it is. You either didn't check your reservation correctly, or you thought that you would be done filming before you actually were. And then people sent you an email that said, "Thank you for your stay. Please be gone by checkout." That's all. She also did a very nice home tour of her Colorado home. The home is laid. The home is nice. I don't know if you guys have seen that on the internet, but we know you got money. Your husband played for the NFL for 9-10 years. You should have money. So I don't think that's the issue. It's more fun shade. Them catfishing or saying she's a catfish has nothing to do with her weight. It has all to do with that picture did not look like her. You could tell it was her with a Facetune, which is cool. Everybody does it. So when they shade you about it, just have a witty comeback and be shady, like to be upset and separating them an hour away from you and putting people in a bunk bed. That's like passive aggressive behavior. Just say what it is. You ain't got to do all these little hints to let them know that you feel a way about what they said. Nah, address it when you in the moment and shade the hell out of them back. That's all I'm saying. I don't know who would agree, but yeah, I definitely think Angel would be a little bit further up. But you guys let me know what you think of the seating chart. Where would you put people? I'm interested to know. Um, I think I've told some of my thoughts already on the episode. I've talked about how I feel about Angel in this season. I've talked about how I feel about Wendy in this season. But, in the recent episode, the girls traveled to Colorado on an invite from Angel. Angel has placed the girls in an Airbnb type situation an hour away from where she actually lives, which is crazy. She decided to take some of the girls to the house with her. She did not take Stacy, Giselle, Ashley, and who else did she take? I think it was that it? I don't know. I think she took Wendy to the house with her. And oh no, she didn't. Wendy is the other person. But of course, she's going to take Kiana to her house and things like that. But she put them in Monique. But she put them an hour away from her. And she's walking around looking like Yosemite Sam with this cowboy hat on and feeling like she's like calling the shots around these here parts. Like, what are you doing, sis? I know some people's like, oh yeah, that's let them know that you ain't gonna play with them, or they could just leave. These are millionaire housewives. They don't have to stay in your Airbnb pumping water. Can't get no water to take a shower. They taking bird baths and stuff. Like, they could go stay in a hotel. They could fly back. It's Colorado. It's not like you took them to Costa Rica. And even if you did, they could fly home. It's Colorado. It's not far. It's for her to be like walking around like, yeah, now you're on my territory. Well, that's how she looks. She looked like she was walking with her feet out in them boots like this. A mess, child. I'm not a fan of Angels. I haven't been a fan since the beginning. She just gives, wet blanket vibes. She's not shady, witty enough. And I just don't care for it. I also didn't like how she was busting out of that jean jacket. And again, nothing to do with her weight. If it was a skinnier housewife that was busting out her jean jacket, I'm still going to say something. Just like when Giselle said something about the catfish, it has nothing to do with her weight. I totally understand she just had a baby. We can see the previous pictures that's not always been her weight. She had children back to back. And I am one that would definitely understand that. I had 2 children back to back. They are 17 months apart. And my oldest just turned 6, and I'm still trying to get baby weight off. I get it. But I definitely would not be on the screen acting like this with this jacket busting out. But she definitely gave me Yosemite Sam. Is it Yosemite Sam on Bugs Bunny? I might be telling my age. Some of y'all probably like, who the hell is that? But yeah, that's the vibe she was giving. Some people don't like Ashley this season. I personally don't like and don't dislike. I like that she brings up the controversial information. She's going to spill the tea and she's going to be a pot stirrer. She signed up. She said, listen, producers, I don't have a good storyline this season. Okay. I already done divorced Michael. I done got my settlement. I got these men that I want to bring on the camera and embarrass them and tell y'all how he don't make enough money. And then I'm going to get back with him and spin the block. And then I'm going to provide the mess for the conversations, the altercations to happen. That's what she signed up for. I ain't mad at her. I'm not. I don't understand Tia on the show. I've mentioned that. But yeah, I don't understand Tia on the show. She doesn't give me anything. No wit, no shade. I get she's prim and proper, cool. That's great. But she doesn't give me anything. we don't know her well enough. I always say this, like, it's good to let us into your life, but you have to show up in the friend group and become a person that the audience is invested in before the audience is going to invest in your life as a child, how you grew up. We really are, you know, I'm shallow. I like to see a woman that's coming on that's dressing fine, and a little fine shit, dressing fine, looking good, nice bags, rich, shady. And then we we get to know more about your life. I can't invest. There's too many shows, too many reality to invest that deeply in the first season of getting to know you. I'm gonna be honest. Perry, you talking about Tia? She stood up for herself to Stacy. Yes, she did. I'm not saying that she can't stand up for herself. I even think in that instance, to be honest with you, Perry, the manner in which Tia with her about, oh, can you guys hear me? Testing. Testing, testing. Okay, you can hear me. But yeah, I just felt like even with that, when she got upset with Stacy because of Timo, thank you, Perry, with Timo not meeting Wendy and meeting Tia first, and her being upset in that situation of how Tia felt like she was being a liar. Like, cool, she stood up for herself. Definitely. I'm not debating that she has it in her to stand up for herself. Not only with Stacy, but when Jesse tried to act a fool when they went on vacation and get upset with her because she made a joke about Mr. Banana or whatever the dude name was, she can stand up for herself. But what else is going on there that's going to make me want to be intrigued and get to know you some more down to your family level? I don't get that from Tia yet. Stacy, I love her lying. I love her. She is amazing reality TV. Do I think she's a liar? Absolutely. Um, do I think she hides stuff from us or think she's hiding stuff from us? Well, absolutely. But she's good reality TV. She don't let these women get to her. She lives in her own delusional land, and I like being there on Sunday nights with her. I really do. She's someone that eventually I would love to get invested with as far as how Stacy grew up, her family dynamic growing up. Yeah, eventually, yeah. But she's serving right now at that level that I need to want to get to know her and invest in her. And Perry said that went left for no reason. Yeah, with Jesse, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. I definitely did. Jesse is another one that just wants 15 minutes of fame. She saw that as an opportunity to make a mark by going off on Tia. Boo. She wants very much so to be on TV and push an agenda. She wants very much so for you guys to look at her as a wag, even though that man don't play. He just moved from team to team. He was lucky enough to be on the Kansas City Chiefs when they won a Super Bowl, but he ain't play. He don't play right now as a New England Patriot. He sits on the sidelines. Okay? I don't even know if he suit up. So, but that's the life she wants to push and the narrative she wants to push to y'all. I ain't mad at it. Not saying, I mean, he could probably get paid for sitting over there, but he ain't getting played with a player that actually suits up and get on the field. No. Yeah, agree, Perry. I felt the same way. Her sitting, Jessie sitting in her confessionals in a white dress with a veil, basically. I get it. She's a bride. She's happy, cool. But I do personally believe Jessie thought she was going to get a wedding special. If not a wedding special, she thought that her wedding was going to be featured on the show way more than it was. When she got married, I remember posting a picture, like kind of sharing something she posted about the wedding in my stories, and she DM me immediately like, girl, ain't you getting married? She's like, yes, we got married here, or we're getting married here, and the event venue is called this, and sent me all this information I didn't ask for, thinking I was going to promote that to y'all. No. Nope. She thought it was going to be filmed. She thought she was going to get free stuff like sponsors and stuff for her wedding, allegedly. Just my thoughts, but that's what Jesse's agenda was, in my opinion. So, going hard to prove nothing. Exactly. So let me put this back up on the screen. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Real Housewives of Potomac. We can move over to Salt Lake City. They had their their season finale of their season 6 this Tuesday. It was good. Another epic season finale for these ladies. I love Salt Lake City. I really have no notes for them. I think the cast is amazing. I love that they don't discriminate. They're gonna film with all of each other, whether they beefing or not. Like, that's how shows get in trouble. I always say that when they start demanding who they're gonna film with and not film with. I know Salt Lake City, they didn't want to film with Monica. They didn't want Andy didn't want Jen Shaw to come back, but they didn't want, that's kind of where they stood their ground when it came to Monica. But outside of that, in the season, they're not gonna not show up to things, not talk to anybody. They're gonna show up and have some conflict, and I'm here for that. I do feel like in this season finale, or in this season, too much on Meredith. A lot of accusations with no receipts. They really, in the recent episodes, sat down and had a lunch. And when I say they, I mean Mary Bronwyn and Whitney, where they literally were crying over their assumptions that Meredith is using substances. They have no solid proof of this. I feel like it's too much on Meredith. And then it's like, they go through their conflict with Meredith. They try to resolve it. She wakes up the next morning making coffee, smiling, trying to let the shit go from the day before because, hello, we are on vacation. Then it's, well, what's she smiling about? What she wake up so happy about? Because just a minute ago, she was upset. Like, she damned if she do it, she damned if she don't. And I'm no huge Meredith fan like that. I'm no stan of anybody. Y'all know that. I'm no stan of nobody, and where I'm going to just think everything they do is correct. But in this situation, I was team Meredith. The play was absolutely amazing. I did not expect that nice Grease woman to read them for filth in that play like that. There's no way. You cannot tell me that the producers didn't have something to do with this Greek tragedy play. You cannot tell me. The way that they took the information, the woman took the information that each housewife sat down and said about them, like, it was bravo to the woman that wrote the play. She's the shade assassin of the season. She killed it. Definitely. But yeah, the entire play was accurate. Accurate reads. I really sat there and said, everything that was said was absolutely true. Just to call out a few things with Whitney, when they said Whitney is a body with no mind, that she a loose woman. When they talked about Lisa being vain and hiding behind her things, and if the only thing she couldn't buy is accountability or humility or something like that, they said, because she can't afford it. I said, woo, pow, 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 reading. I enjoyed it. Yeah, Perry, I agree with you with what you're saying about Monica. In that situation, I understood why they banded together and didn't want her to return. But outside of that, they don't beef to the point where they're going to say, I'm not showing up to this. I'm not going. I'm not going to film with her. I have nothing to say with her. They're going to show up and argue. They're going to show up and shade the hell out of each other. And I enjoy that. They all clock in for work. They don't have the show ain't on just one person's shoulder like some of these other franchises. Everybody clocks in and does overtime. I love it. It was amazing. The conversation afterwards, like I said, too much on Meredith. Even with Mary. Mary, in my opinion, girl, love you, but you ignored the signs of what was going on with your son for years. How are you going to tell Meredith what she got going on? You can't connect those dots and you can't project. They all were projecting. Bronwyn's projecting that when I'm at odds with Todd, I defend my marriage fiercely. That seems like what she's doing. Whitney, my father, she shows the same signs as my father. Whitney, not trying to be funny, but you ain't seen your father since season 1. You can't make that connection. Mary, same thing. Like, now I see the signs in my son. Something's not right there with her. No, you ignored the signs for too long. I can't go off y'all sitting down making up shit about people that could be really damaging to their career, their image, and you don't know that for sure. Don't like that. But yeah, the season finale of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was amazing. I'm more than thrilled for the reunion to come. The trailer dropped earlier this week. You can see it on my page. Salt Lake City was good TV. Everybody clocked in. Brittany with her foolishness and with Jared all the time and walking around with that unicorn everywhere. She got vulnerable about what's going on with her daughters more this season. I enjoyed it. I really did. Brian, when we heard in the trailer that, shocker, we kind of already had heard that he had spilled that she's separated from Todd. Did you guys see that Todd was seen last night in New York in the West Village sitting at a bar with a woman? I posted that as well. So I said, hey, maybe he was first of all, him and Bronwyn are separated. That's her estranged husband. Some people think that it's okay to date when you're separated. Hell, he was already dating while they was together. So what do you imagine he's doing separated? He's now in his PK and Mauricio era. So what do you expect? But the man was sitting at the bar with a woman. The woman looked just like Bronwyn to me. We could only see the back of her, and in the picture they hid her face. So they probably wouldn't get sued or something. Whoever snapped the picture. It's definitely Todd. Todd looked like he put on some more weight too. But yeah, he was sitting at a bar in West Village over here in the city last night with a woman's. But she was dressed quirky. It looked like how Bronwyn dressed. It was like, I don't know if he's trying to replace her. I don't know if it was Bronwyn. I really don't. But yeah, we'll see what's going on with that. See if they actually move to divorce. But that's smart of Bronwyn if she's going to divorce him. If he's been cheating continuously, that was part of her storyline this season, that he was on the plane on his iPad looking at women in lingerie and stuff. So she stayed with him 10 years. I don't know the laws out in Salt Lake City, honey. But if it's like, okay, they've been married 10 years and you get half of it like they do in California, I wonder. I should look that up real quick. What's the marriage laws in Salt Lake City, Utah, if you've been married for 10 years or more? Does the spouse automatically get half?
I found this on the web for does the spouse automatically get married in Salt Lake City, Utah if you've been married for 10 years or more? Check it out.
I didn't say if you get married, do you get half? Let's look it up. I should have asked ChatGPT because Siri, you don't get me. That's why I should have asked. What's the marriage laws in Salt Lake City, Utah, if you are married for more than 10 years? Does your spouse automatically get half of your money and assets? Let's see what ChatGPT said. Why did I ask Siri? Siri's so outdated. ChatGPT is so fetch. Okay, it says Utah is not a community property state. That's what it's called. I'm becoming a lawyer. All of these legal issues with these reality TV stars, but it says Utah is not a community property state, unlike California or Texas. That means assets aren't automatically split 50-50 just because you were married. Instead, Utah follows an equitable distribution where the court divides marital property in a way it considers fair, which might be equal, but doesn't have to be. Says what counts as marital property in Utah is income earned by either spouse during marriage, marital home bought during the marriage, retirement benefits accrued during the marriage, bank accounts and investments acquired during the marriage, debts incurred during the marriage. What is not automatically shared, property owned before the marriage, gifts or inheritances given to just one spouse, separate assets kept separate and not commingled with marital assets. I mean, it damn near sounds like 50-50 if the court sees it fair, to be honest. So, hey, that's what I'm saying. Very smart. She stayed in the game. She gonna get paid. That's what I think. I think she gonna be paid. They ain't got no children together, but still, that lifestyle that he has provided for her, I think he's gonna end up needing to maintain that if they actually move to divorce. The woman walking around here in Oscar, her fashions in Greece, Oscar de la Renta gowns. Like, are you kidding me? Did you see her fashions at BravoCon? Couture, honey. He's gonna have to keep up that same lifestyle for her. Definitely. That's my predicament or what prediction if they actually divorce. What do you guys think? Let me know. But great season finale for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Again, 3-part reunion coming up starting next week. Trailer is out. Take a look. What else do we have to talk about? Married to Medicine. I talked a little bit about Married to Medicine in my last podcast. It's the best show on Bravo to me right now. This season is delivering every single episode. I'm going to start giving you guys some more content on Married to Medicine, so please engage with it. Make sure you like this video, guys. Like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. But I actually get to pre-screen the Married to Medicine episodes before they drop. So I actually received this upcoming Sunday's episode. I got it today because they were a little behind because of the holiday. They were out. But I'm going to review that, and I'm going to give you guys non-spoiler enticed information so that you are encouraged to watch Married to Medicine if you're not currently watching it. Don't box it in, guys. Don't think that it's only a show for Black people to watch. Don't box Married to Medicine in like that. It's a great show. And they are the realest, in my opinion. Like Toya, Eugene, they're going through their ups and downs on cameras. They're being very transparent that it's not all perfect, and they are going through it on camera. Cecil and Simone. Simone is struggling with how she wants to raise her sons versus Cecil, and her sons really having no sense of finances and want her to spend all her money on them. They want cars. They want her to pay for graduate school. She mentioned her son spending $70,000 on a credit card in 1 year, or not even a year, at his time in college. He's just swiping everywhere. And then he's sitting in her face telling her how, white people don't make their kids work and pay for their own graduate school, when she's saying, I don't mind paying for your school, but you need to take care of yourself as a grown man. That shouldn't be on my back. I'm looking to retire. And Cecil's talking about our parents work hard, so I worked hard, so they don't have to stand in the financial aid line. What does Cecil do, y'all? other than make cocktail drinks in the basement. That conversation with his brother where he was getting all preachy and slamming on the table and stuff, it's like, bro, at the end of the day, Simone is the breadwinner. And not to say because she's the breadwinner, what she says goes, but that means that you don't get to make those decisions. Y'all have to come to some type of agreement. So she's seemingly tired and she's thinking about divorce again. She's having conversations, with some friends and confiding in them on how she's been feeling. Cecil's brother came into town seemingly on Simone's side and telling Cecil, bruh, you gonna have to get it together. He's going through a divorce, and I definitely, I said this on Threads, like Simone, it almost gave. He wished he would have married Simone instead of Cecil. He really had her back. He was not sugarcoating that shit for Cecil. So, yeah. I also mentioned in my other podcast, I'll mention it here. I don't believe Quad and King are still together. Yes, they still follow each other on Instagram because they don't want us to get wind of what's really going on. She went from shoving King down our throat when she was trying to parade him in front of Dr. G and Sweet Tea to now they don't post about each other. He just promotes the new episodes with pictures of him maybe standing next to the guys, or Dr. Contessa, Dr. Jackie, and there may be one picture at the end of the slide where it's a group picture and him and Quad are in it. I personally don't believe these are just my thoughts, my allegations. I don't believe that they're still together. You can kind of see it unfolding so far in these episodes where King has children. And he thought that he was going to support Quad through her IVF treatments, but he really only expected, he said it, he only expected it to be one round, not them going to Ghana 3, 4, 5 times. I think he's not having fun in the relationship anymore. Some of the things he says, it gives like, I'm joking, I'm just serious. When he talks about her attitude, her mood swings, the way she can be bossy, want him to move in her home. He's not having fun anymore. And I don't know if it's on purpose, but we really don't see, whether it be on the show or social media, a relationship between Quad and King's children. I don't know. That could be because of the mom. I don't know. But I just truly don't think that they're still together. And we kind of see that, in my opinion, unfolding on the show. It's awkward to watch. It is. So I think she moved a little fast. Again, these are my opinions. I think she moved a little fast in this relationship, and they're going to Ghana for IVF and they're still not married yet. So she moved fairly quickly in this relationship, and I think they need to take a step back. She is dead set on having a baby, having a baby, having a baby. And he's feeling more like a tool to her now that she needs to get pregnant. So those are just my prediction there. We'll see how it unfolds. We'll see what happens at the reunion. But that's how I feel. Dr. Heavenly is doing her best to not talk about what happened with her son on the show, even though Toya gonna bring up everything all the time. I'm gonna be honest, I did not feel that Dr. Heavenly was trying to be shady, even though her and Toya were going back and forth. I think she was dead serious. Like, yes, you say Eugene, you're grateful for him and think he's a great father. She was saying, make sure you tell him that on camera, because we just saw you berate him on camera at their little cookout hangout. I didn't take that as shady for once from Dr. Heavenly. It was 100% like, listen, I'm just trying to tell you. Like, she was trying to tell her when you were there, like, whoa, don't talk to him like that. Yo, let's chill out. I didn't actually take that as shady from Dr. Heavenly. But her and Toya continue to bump heads, and I'm here for it. Simone and Heavenly continue to bump heads. But yeah. Dr. Heavenly switched her campaign also, guys, from what I'm hearing. I'm not good at these. I try my best to keep up with the politics and what everything means. I really do. So make an informed vote decision. I believe she was running for something for for the county, not the county, but something in her state she was running for before, and now she's switched to like she's running for a Congress seat. So was she running for like y'all don't laugh at me. Was she running for like Secretary of State? I have to go back and look. But she changed to running for like a House Congress seat. I was gonna try to go and see on my Instagram because I know I posted about it. And she had Quad as her like campaign manager. I don't even think Quad is still doing that. And why I'm looking for that, another reason why I don't think that they're still together is because Quad spent like New Year's and stuff in Ghana with Yandy, who y'all know Yandy is dealing with the fallout from Mandisi's getting on Young Jock's radio station and saying that they never was really married and that he's single. So she said, I can show you better than I could tell you. Yandy is over in Ghana for like, it feels like forever. They're back. She's back now, but she was over there with Angel from Married to Medicine, Quad, Carly Red. She had the girls out in Ghana, honey. They was throwing the dollars at the strippers. They was in VIP. They was going to the beach clubs. They had a time out there, honey. She said, I'm going to show you who really going to live the single life. Because Mandisa had also posted something where he was like, oh, how you mad at me? Because my single life better than yours. She said, I'm going to show you. And she didn't even come back home. Yandy went to Miami. She's opening like a club, like a lounge, a really nice one in Miami. So I said, child, if BET keeps Love and Hip Hop Miami, because this is supposed to be the last season, but if they actually keep Love and Hip Hop Miami, I could see Yandy make an appearance there. Just gonna be honest. I really could. Y'all, I really be giving y'all the news. Because look how far back I posted about when Dr. Heavily announced she was running. It was so long ago. Yeah, I don't know what she running for, y'all. Well, I don't know what she was running for, but she moved to running for a Congress seat. I saw Simone shaded her on it though. She was saying like, she's running the seat that she wants is held by someone that is loved and adored and that she probably wouldn't win against is what Simone was alluding to on her Watch What Happens Live episode. So we'll have to see how it goes for her. I mean, stranger things have happened. She could definitely have the fan base depending on, people love to hate Dr. Heavenly. It kind of depends on this season, I guess. Would you guys vote for her? Let me know. Would you vote for Dr. Heavenly? Let me know. But yeah, Married to Medicine, best show on. And the last show I will talk about is Love and Hip Hop Miami, which is moved to Wednesday, guys. Some of you were asking in the comments. Love and Hip Hop Miami now comes on Wednesdays, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on BET. As I mentioned, Yahoo Entertainment is reporting that this is supposed to be the last season of Love and Hip Hop Miami. By the way, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta returns in February. I believe February is 16th or 17th, but Love and Hip Hop Atlanta will be coming back on 17th, I believe. But yeah, Love and Hip Hop Miami, past episode that came on yesterday, Boots made her return to the show. Everybody kind of playing themselves on this show. I feel like Miami Tip is playing herself that she made her entire season about Amada and trying to tear her down and befriending Alan's wife, someone she don't even know, just to have a storyline and be relevant on here. She do a lot of telling everybody else business, hence her books, where she's basically telling everybody's business in her books. But apparently it is going to make this season. I didn't think it was that in the midst of her minding Amada's business and not tending to her own grass, her man done cheated on her. And she's been crashing out. She was crashing out for weeks on Instagram about it. And I think it's going to be in the upcoming season. But I feel like she's playing herself. Like it's whack. And she's feeling the heat from that on social media and trying to defend herself with that normal reality TV stuff. I know the real. You only know what you see. Yeah, duh. That's gonna be our perception. So don't be mad at us that you signed up for a show that you knew was gonna edit your nonsense and make it mess. They've been doing that for over a decade. Okay? So live in that. But Boots made her return because Joy believed something Gael told her about Shay not having her back, or Shay saying that, she was shiesty or shady for sleeping with Trick Daddy when her sister was messing with her, when it was the complete opposite. So Joy, instead of having a grown ass conversation with Shay, she runs with what Gael said, of all people, and decides she's going to bring Boots back for drama against Shay. When Shay returned, I was actually shocked that her beef with, I thought that Boots' beef with Shay stemmed from their time on Monique's Charm School, where it was this whole situation where they act like they stole another competitor's picture, and Boots feeling like Shay left her out to dry. But they actually had reconciled after that and were still hanging out. And they did a music video with Fabulous and Jermaine Dupri. And come to find out, their years long feud was just over a music video where Boots assumes that because she got the main role, that Shay wasn't happy for her and jealous of her, and they started arguing back and forth online on Twitter and cursing each other out. And that's what y'all been beefing all these years about. I don't mind Boots coming back to the show. I just wish she would have had a better intro. Like, why did your intro have to be? I would have rather her come on the show in the hopes of reconciling with Shay, instead of you trying to be on the outs with her and having Joy bring you in. Joy barely got a storyline her damn self. We ain't seen Trick Daddy or her sister in weeks now. So she barely holding on, hanging out with Hot Topic, who really is just hot mess, talking about everybody too, but you really not the hot topic. She don't have a storyline. She's just a friend of stirring up shit as well. So I would have rather her come back under that capacity, to be honest. But I'm paying somewhat attention on what's going on. There's this guy on Love and Hip Hop. I don't even know his name, but it seems like he used to make music a long time ago, and now he has a woman that they're in like a fetish relationship. He loves her feet. He's making like funky soul, Rick James type music, and he's being dominated by this woman, and he tries to bring her around his aunt. I'm somewhat paying attention to that, but I'm not. Rada and Michael Blackson. Michael Blackson is hilarious to me. He now may have a third woman pregnant over in Africa. And he talking about something, I gotta go. I had to go over there and see if she was pregnant or not. She could have just ate a whole bunch of fufu. What? I be cracking up. Him making songs to every woman that's pregnant, just changing the words with the same beat, in my opinion. Yeah, what's concerning to me in their situation or storyline is how Rada expects him. He allegedly has a woman, another woman that was pregnant same time as her, who just delivered her baby. She already knows that because Claudia spilled the tea. He's saying, okay, she gave birth. I need to go and see if this child is mine and do a DNA test. And Rada has been very adamant that he should cut off all communications with the woman, that he can't go see her. Like, I definitely wouldn't want no man having no baby on me, or having a baby definitely at the same time as me. We both pregnant at the same time. But if it happens and you choose to stay with him, you cannot demand that he not go see his child. Why would you want a man not to be there for his child. That's crazy to me. For her to even be demanding that. I just find that very weird that Rada is demanding that Michael Blackson not go see, at least take the DNA test and see if this child is his. And then you want him to like cut off all ties. And child, she don't even know about the possible third baby mama that could be pregnant. That woman, it seems she just recently became pregnant or something. So he's like, we'll have to find out in 8 or 9 months when she delivered if that's his too. But Rada didn't leave him. I don't know if she's just finding out about the third one watching these episodes like we are. I should reach out to her for an interview. That's my New Year's resolution, guys, to bring more creators. I always collab with people on their shows. I'm going to have them come here and start doing some episodes with me too. But I need to start reaching out for more interviews with people. I'm curious to know that is she just now finding out about the possibility of a third child on the way by watching these episodes, or is he going to tell her in the upcoming episodes? I'm curious to know. But she definitely hasn't left him. Rada was over in Ghana as well with Yandy and the rest of them. She was over there too. But she was over there because Michael Blackson was over there for, what is it called? It's called Dirty December. She was over there with him. So she definitely is still with him. So you doing all of this for what? Because you're not leaving him. So I guess she's going through postpartum depression. It's a real thing. You know, she did post about Michael first and saying how she's kind of in this alone with the baby. And then she got mad that he commented and clapped back. She was like, he embarrassed me in front of everybody. You tried to embarrass him first, girl. Maybe could have been a little bit more understanding, going, knowing what she's going by, or reaching out to her and not having the back and forth on the internet. But she started it, he finished it, to be honest. But I don't take nothing Michael Blackson say seriously anyway. I can't take anything he say seriously. I really laugh. I know it's not a funny situation, but I be laughing because he was like, yeah, she had the baby. You want to see? He putting the phone all in her face like, you want to see? You want to see? Look, does he look like me? Does he look like me? And she's sitting there telling you she don't want you to even have a relationship with the baby or the mother. He like, what's wrong with you? You're so mad. And I guess he probably feel like you chose to stay. So if you choose to stay after something like that happens, how are you going to be upset that he has to go see the child or the mother? You have to now accept that that's your reality. But I'm loving Hip Hop Miami. It's good. All of the shows are good right now. There's nothing on that I'm not enjoying. Okay, I lied. Maybe Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's starting off slow. Beverly Hills is starting off slow. We'll talk about it after they've been on a holiday break. They return tonight as well, so we'll take a look at that. But in the upcoming podcast episode, we'll dissect what's going on. But Beverly Hills is moving slow to me, if I'm being honest. So that's how I'm feeling about it. But everything else I'm enjoying. I do want to remind you guys that every Sunday at noon, you get the Reality TV Guide of the Week, giving you all information on show episodes, reality TV episodes, what time they come on, the episode numbers. So if you guys use different streaming platforms, you know how to find it. It also lets you know what is premiering in that week. Show premieres, new show premieres, all reality TV, anything coming on BT, MTV, Bravo, TLC, and even on Zeus. I let you guys in on all the reality TV guide information. So we know tonight we have the Valley Persian style premiere. Traders is now streaming on Peacock for those that love Traders. I'm personally not into reality competition TV. I've tried to get into Traders. I just can't. But all of my other content friends seem to love it. So if you watch Traders, that is that's streaming now on Peacock. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is back from their holiday hiatus. They are on tonight as well. And yeah, I'm not watching Vanderpump Rules. That's the other show I'll say that I'm not watching. Just don't think it's for my age group. Not to say that it's not good. I tried to give it a chance, but all I did was try to match up who who's the new Jax, who's the new Stassi, who's the new Sheena, and I didn't give it a fair chance. I'm gonna be honest. I tried, but it's just not for my generation. But yeah, Married to Medicine, Potomac, Salt Lake City, Loving Hip Hop Miami, loving these shows right now. So make sure you watch them and save my TV guide when you see it. Save it, share it, like, comment. Let me know if there's other shows you want to see on the guide or other networks. I do the streaming platforms too. So Hulu, Netflix, anything that's out on those as well are included. Okay. But those are my thoughts on the shows. It's been a while since I've consistently got into my podcast. It's been about a month and a half. So thank you for hanging out with me, commenting, dropping in and watching a few minutes. Make sure you like this video, please. Share it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's coming across the screen at Reality Recap 2876. I provide you with all my live and pre-recorded recaps there, as well as short videos to give you breaking news information. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me, Instagram, Facebook, what you see down here on the screen, Reality, that's TEA_recap. I will be back again on Monday going over the shows from tonight and what's on this Sunday. So we'll do another show on Monday. And I will be adding a Saturday show coming up because Love During Lockup premieres January 16th, our favorite. So we will have a Saturday show to recap Love During Lockup. All right. Now, before I get out of here, like I always say, reality TV stars are humans too. Let's not forget that. It's your girl V with Reality Recap. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your week and stay safe. Love you guys.